What's going on, everybody? LK here, and today some more Guilty Gear for y'all. So of course we have to go back to Exert to talk about why Guilty Gear players strongly dislike Johnny. So again, I'm trying to keep a theme of characters that are not in Strive. Johnny, a very popular character in this series in general, so let's take a quick look at him. Johnny is a long-time Guilty Gear character. He came back to Exert pretty late, I would say. He came back to Exert in a Revelator arcade version. Now, in this version of the game, to say that he was juiced would be quite an understatement, to be fair. So they repurposed Johnny's tools from XX so that more of his tools would have a more clear purpose in this version, but this also made people extremely sad because he was very, very strong in this game. Definitely when he came out, he was the best character. Now, I can't say for sure what the people who still play this version think of him, but at least at the time I was playing, he was still considered to be a top 2 character. So it's essentially 3 main things I'm going to be looking at. There's a ton of reasons actually why, but a lot of the other things that people don't like about him all kind of route into these 3 core things. And this first one is going to be the most important one. It's one you hear me mention a ton. His combo conversion ability is ridiculous. As we've learned in Guilty Gear, a character that can combo off all their hits is incredibly strong. Now, Johnny actually has a unique mechanic where he can level up his special move, Mistfinder, to 3 levels. And you can sort of tell what level he's in by whether or not there's a little electricity on his hands. So, this is actually a case of games hiding info from you, because even if Johnny is leveled up, the game does not show you he's leveled up unless he's in the stance, which usually they just cancel really quick. So the way I always saw it was if I see electricity on his hands, he's not level 1, which is pretty important. So while his combo potential is lower in level 1 than normal, when he gets hits in level 1, he's able to access his max level Mistfinder immediately. Which will mean the next hit is going to be True Pain. That being said though, it's not like there are not ways to enter combos when he's in level 1. So for example, moves like 6k and anti-airs like 6p can lead into a full combo. This leads us into point number 2, which is actually pretty similar to Milia. Johnny doesn't let you play a standard neutral game. So I really like to use Venom as an example for these because Venom has what I call like a 2-step neutral. What I mean is he has to set a ball and then he hits the ball. That's like the core of his neutral. So of course he has like Stinger, normal Stinger, so AS and H Stinger, and Carcass Raid, which are their own individual projectiles. But the thing is, with those, they always go the same way. And one of the things that makes Venom both flexible and something that people really like about Venom, they feel like they can do their own style of thing, is that they put the balls on the screen first and they do their own unique thing of hitting them in different ways. You have a lot of implied space control over all of these. But the problem with this will eternally be that he has to put the thing down first and then do it, which is longer than just firing the projectile. And Johnny, of course, he has Misfire. So what does this mean? He gets to use his anime EI jutsu to hit you from like here. So the worst part is it's invincible against projectiles, so it kills projectiles and hits you if you're close enough. So you might be like, oh, okay, so I just have to be out of range of this NBD, right? We'll just take a little stroll out of that range, right? But that's Mistfinder level 2, where it is very hard to get away from Mistfinder level 3. And you might have noticed there is a speed difference between the 3. So Mistfinder 3 is the fastest and the biggest, and Mistfinder 2 is fast, just a little bit smaller. And of course, Mistfinder 1 is the smallest and the slowest. But the bad news for everybody who plays against Johnny, this is probably the rarest out of all of them. And a competent Johnny will mostly be playing his match in level 2 and level 3. Level 3 is especially threatening with how fast and how huge it is. Combine this with Johnny's already strong moves like Far Slash, 2S, 5H, 6k to threaten, 5k as a regular poke, and you have a character that is very flexible in a lot of ranges. When you're in range of his normals, they're just standard good normals. A bunch of these had to be nerfed, like his 2S, for example. But then, when you're further away and you think you're safer because Johnny isn't the most mobile character, he has this step dash, you still have to worry about Mistfinder. These two things bring us to our last point, which is because of his conversion ability and how he plays neutral, he just makes all phases of the game stressful. When he's on offense, is stressful, and when he's on defense, is stressful. Mostly because when he's on defense, he could turn it around immediately into a full combo. So let's start with him on defense. So I use this situation quite a bit. It's Soul during Far Slash, but he can't convert off it. I like using this example. I just used it as an example for another video I just did like last week because it's a relatively standard one in Guilty Gear, and it fits a theme that's pretty common in Guilty Gear of characters generally not being able to combo off their far hits. So what type of situation will come next, and that situation is very fast. So we'll have Soul doing this. So we saw with Milia, a really good way of doing this was Rise and Jump P. Johnny very much is not Milia, so he won't act as well in this situation as Milia does. He doesn't have all the air options she has, even though he has a lot of them. He can't attack from the angles that she can, but he has a much more simpler response. So this is a move using his resource. He has Coin. It's fast. It's very plus on block and hit. It's plus 8 on block, I believe, minimum. And this again leads into the whole circle of everything converts. So from that, you level up Mistbinder, and some of these situations you're able to combo off it right away into a full combo into advantageous situation. But then there's another way to look at this as well. So there's pressure. So Johnny can alter his frame advantage using Mistfinder. And as you remember from before, Mistfinder 1, 2, and 3 are different speeds, 3 being the fastest, 1 is the slowest. So with this, you can change the frame data of moves quite a bit, which makes this pressure threatening and makes it fit into the theme of strong offense with some response, but you have no time to react. So this move, which is 5H, quite a bit disadvantageous here. It's minus 14. Done properly, he'll be plus 5. There are some moves that become slightly worse. So this move is actually plus 3 normally, but Mistfinder 1, it's 0. Maybe there's some context where it's good to reduce the advantage. I don't know. Then we have Mistfinder level 2, right? So it's slightly faster. So now you're plus 5 5H. Remember, this starts at minus 14 normally. Now it is plus 8. Far Slash also very plus here, plus 6. Even moves like this. So this is minus 5, but now this becomes advantageous. So now it becomes plus 1. And then the true death knell, this is actually the worst situation you could be in. It's when he's in Mistfinder level 3, because again, the cancel gets faster. So in the other two levels, you don't press the button at the same time. For Miscancel level 3, you can straight up just press the buttons at the same time. So now your 5H is plus 10. Your moves like Far Slash and 2D, they now become plus 8. Cool Slash plus 5. 5K plus 3. This is a really bad spot to be in. And because he has this heavy advantage, you can do stuff like, so look at my risk gauge just going up, flashing already. The flashing means that it's going to be counter hit. So now there's multiple threats here, because again, like I mentioned at the beginning, there's way more than these 3 main points. It's just I think everything falls into this, right? So you're scared of this, jacking your risk gauge, and my man just pulls up into throw, which leads into either some type of pressure setup, or this move, which sets up Mistfinder to be an unblockable setup, or you're being cautious of his buttons and Mistfinder, and because he has resource, he pulls up on you from here using his YRC. And there are many more examples. Essentially, all the things he has that are strong route into these main things of he's really good at converting hits into combos, you can't play against him normally in the neutral game, and his pressure is strong and threatening. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. As usual, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if y'all feel like it. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.